hey, thanks for tuning in to Glue Factory. This week we've got Stuart McPherson and Marc Jennings from Some Laugh Podcast. They're not here right now.
We also have Ewan.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Ewan from the studio. Ewan was producing the podcast, and then Marc and Stu had to leave like 5 minutes before the end. If you're listening to the free, they'll just be here the whole time. But on the Patreon, they're going to leave like 5 minutes before the end. So if you're wondering what happened to them, please subscribe to the Patreon. We've got a Patreon. You can get twice as much of this podcast if you want to hear some of Marc and Stu's crazy stories. They got crazier towards the end. You're going to have to tune into the Patreon. And also, I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but all of us are at the Edinburgh Fringe. My show will be done. I think your show will probably be done
Mine
as
will
well.
also be done.
Yeah. But Marc and Stu's shows will still be going on, so go and see Marc and Stu. They're great comedians.
Or come say hi to Ewan at Monkey Bell.
I'll be here every day.
Yeah. Why not just stalk Ewan at his place of work? There's an idea.
I look forward to it.
All right, guys, enjoy the
Thank you.
I don't think that if I'm leaving on the fucking apps, people
Yeah.
You're like direct line. You won't find Marc Jennings on price comparison website. We're kind of covering the bases here, aren't we?
Yeah, we got it all. We got all the brands.
Yeah.
I purchased mine because I was in Bangkok at a temple and they stole my shoes.
Oh, really?
Because you take them off. You know,
For a second, I thought you were going to say you stole someone else's.
No, and then
Bouncy castle rules at the temple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I had to buy new ones. But they gave me my pick of the Lost and Found.
That's pretty good. Doesn't feel very Buddhist to nick the shoes, does it?
Yeah, they're coming back as something shit in the next life.
Yeah, you're working in Sports Direct in the next life.
But they're already
Are we
possibly a foot
recording?
guy. So
Okay, yes.
So
who is this person? Sports
yeah,
Direct?
sorry. So yeah, Marc was talking about a Sports Direct before we started recording, and it reminded
You
me
guys are
of.
dressed exactly the same.
That's what we're going for.
Should we swap positions to
I've
mix
got a
up?
collar.
Yeah, that's it. You are a little bit smarter.
The only way we can differentiate between me and Milo Edwards.
Should have worn my glasses, then it would have been the full look. Yeah, so the guy who owns Sports Direct is a guy called Mike Ashley. He's kind of like notoriously.
2 first names, we love it.
I know,
And
perfect.
it's funny that it's Mike Ashley.
Oh, very good.
Nominative determinism.
Very good.
That's going to be very germane to the rest of the story. So he at the time also owned Newcastle Football Club.
Pre-Saudi money.
Yeah, where he was very unpopular. And
That was the good old days of British football where it was just one mental English guy that was a lunatic for money rather than...
Why can't we have
state.
proper English lunatics owning the football
Or
clubs?
Russian. Come on now.
Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah, you guys
Who
were the
owns
first.
Chelsea now?
An American
It's
guy,
a
isn't it?
consortium. But
What's that guy called again? Bowley? Is that his
Some
name?
Bowley, I don't like it.
Todd Bowley? Is that right?
Todd Bowley, I think sounds right.
Todd Bowley, what a name. Incredible.
Cockney rhyme slang for
There's an
Tolly.
E in that as well, isn't there?
But yeah, so Mike Ashley, he was in a lot of trouble at the time for like, there was some scandal about like underpaying his staff to do with like 0 hours contracts at the Sports Direct warehouses. And so he goes to a Sports Direct warehouse to like talk to the staff and like be like, this is how much they love me, Mike Ashley, right? And when you go into one of those warehouses, you have to go through like a security check, like a metal detector and stuff. So Mike Ashley is like emptying his pockets and he gets out his keys and then he just gets out wads and wads of £50 notes. Like Tony Soprano, like stacks of
Who's got that
£50
much cash
notes.
on
He
them?
was
What
doing
the
the
hell?
free fringe at the time. His bucket was a Sports Direct mug. He was making...
That's why they're so big to fit another money.
Yeah. Well, if you have a Sports Direct mug, it's so big, people are like, well, we've got to fill that. You know, really encouraging. But yeah, just so funny to be like, right, I'm going to like prove I'm a man of the people. Well, I should take fucking $5,000 in cash with me, probably, just in case.
I feel like he probably carried that because just in case he ever had to like flee the country in a hurry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's one of those guys.
No one's ever got that much cash in them for a good reason.
No.
In 50s especially. That's no accident.
Yeah. Apart from Mario Balotelli, do you remember that one when he got pulled over by the police and he had $10,000 in cash in his pocket and they asked him why he had that and he said because I am rich.
I think Mario Balotelli, did he not used to go out at Christmas and just hand out money to people in Manchester or
Who's
something
Mario
like that?
Balotelli? I know Mario Balotelli, the chef. Who's Balotelli?
Different characters. He's a very enigmatic footballer.
Eccentric Italian footballer who
like
played
that.
for Man City for a
Okay.
while.
He's the biggest one in the eye for the average Italian racist because he's black, but he's the most Italian man who has ever lived. He is a proof that like he is the most Italian you can possibly be.
And
Because
for a
I'm very
period,
rich.
for a period, there was always stories every week where he'd go out shopping to get milk for his mum or whatever and come back with like a fucking quad bike and a, you know, like a, all that kind of stuff.
Jose Mourinho's a great clip of Jose Mourinho and he goes, Balotelli he got booked right before half time. He says, Mario, I cannot change you. It says, do not tackle anyone. And it says, second up, red card.
Yeah, him and his brother once drove into the courtyard of a women's prison outside Rome, and then went up to the guards and said, "We're here to meet the girls." And the guards were like, "Obviously, you can't do that." And then they were like, "Hang on, are you the Balotelli brothers?"
And do you know
Oh my god, I love that so much.
and the thing about him is, right, so he would do all these antics all the time, right? And then he was always in the press, and then he scored, I think it was against Man United, and then he lifted his top and he had a shirt that said, "Why always me?"
Yeah.
Because you keep doing all this stuff, that's why.
And it was printed in the
Why
text.
always me?
It was printed in the text that your name would be on the back of the shirt as well.
sick.
So obviously the poor printer at the Man
running the
City
club
ground.
shop.
Yeah. God, what's he
He's
doing now?
using his discount.
It feels like the kind of shirt you could buy on a market in Italy. Sort of, it's in English, but it doesn't quite make sense. You're not quite sure what it's supposed to mean, really.
Oh god, I love that.
What was that? Remember we were in Germany last year, and there was the David Guetta impersonator?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
And,
Shouts out to him.
it was what was it in Stuttgart? And, we were in this pub, and it was just like people were all just singing in the square, and there was a guy, and he had he looked like David Guetta.
No, he didn't. He thought he looked like shit.
He was wearing a hoodie and a bob.
He was an older guy. He probably would have passed more for would you call him the Iggy Pop, right?
Yeah.
But long hair, and
Close enough.
and he had sunglasses on, and he had a microphone that wasn't plugged into anything.
Hell yeah.
It's like like a little girl would buy like a gold shiny
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
karaoke
yeah, yeah.
microphone.
But
yeah,
he had
yeah.
a T-shirt that said "David Guetta, am I?"
When he had it tucked in, it actually said, "Am I fucked?"
Oh god, I love that. There's a slogan for Sephora Europe that's in English, but clearly written by people who don't speak English for people who don't speak English. And the Sephora slogan is "You belong to something beautiful." And you read it and you're like, I know. Actually, wait, what? It has the word beautiful in it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we've heard the word belong in a song maybe.
Yeah.
But together, what does that mean?
It feels like the sentence version of like, you know, when people will do it's like that it's like a psychology trick where they'll write a whole sentence and the words are spelt wrong, but like the letters are just in the wrong order, but you don't notice. 'Cause you just read them. It's like that, but for a sentence, like it's sort of you read it and you sort of it feels like a sentence, but then when you really think about it, you're like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Where's Balotelli now?
Don't know if is he still
He's
playing.
in that women's
He
prison.
sort of he really dropped off. Yeah. He's
Can't get him
arguing
out
his
there.
case at the door.
The thing is, this makes
They
me
keep
feel
trying to parole him and he won't go.
getting into the tabloids used to be an art. Like you
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
to do a real stunt like that. That's a man who's entertainment minded.
Yeah. He's quite love of Huns coded, I'd
It's
say.
so good.
He once got in trouble for throwing batteries at the Man United youth players from the window of the training centre. And the coaches were like, "Why are you doing that?" And he said, "I was bored."
This guy's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, I've brought something. Okay, so this is an article that was sent to me. About 2025 dating trends. Just to, I don't know how open you are about your relationship status, but booed up, single, aggressively single. Correct?
Wow,
The
aggressively
assertive
single.
man.
Yeah. Wow.
That's quite an aggressive accusation there, if you don't mind me saying. I'm not aggressively single. I'm,
I heard you saying Ronan Keating at karaoke the other day.
Oh, I
That was
did.
one of the most erotic performances.
Which
I was
one?
pretty drunk. I wanted to do You Say Best When You Say Nothing At All, but I thought Life Is a Roller Coaster would be more of a crowd
Yeah,
pleaser.
100%.
Yeah, I actually did want to do Angels, but you told me I had to close on that, and I was like, I don't know
Yeah,
if I'll
Angels
stick
is a
around.
closer. You can't follow Angels.
Yeah.
That
True.
would be unkind.
Yeah.
That's good hosting.
Yeah.
Look, if I know anything, it's karaoke.
That's
So
not true.
here are the dating trends. I'm gonna run you through them. You tell me how you feel about them, whether they're a real thing or it's something that you've been involved in. Let me be completely honest with you. Glue Factory has never had anything structural within it ever, so this is a
that's not
first.
good.
I'm excited for this.
Okay, this might not
Yeah.
work. We might have to cut the whole.
Olga's
entire
gone
thing.
Riley mode.
I was thinking because it's like half some laugh, half Glue Factory, we could call it the Laugh Factory.
Hey,
here we go.
Some
Some
glue.
glue.
Some glue.
Depending on how it goes.
Yeah. Some
felt
glue,
like some
our
glue,
wanking
actually.
podcast. It's not going to be all glue.
Lovely stuff.
All right, number one is swamping. That's the new. Oh, do you want to guess what that is? I'm gonna tell you. What do you think swamping is as a dating trend?
When the Balotelli brothers go to a wetlands to meet women.
Is it Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I'm instinctively thinking of Shrek here
Yeah, me too.
and
Yeah,
get
it's
out
when
of
you-
my swamp. So I don't know why I said it like that, but
when a Scottish person has to do a Canadian man pretending to be
Yeah.
Scottish, that's a lot.
yeah,
Lame.
it's sort of stuff. It's verbal
Swamp
gymnastics. Some
and-
would say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, swamping is when you find someone who you can comfortably share your swamp with and let go of the pressure to be anything but your true authentic self.
That's just being in a relationship, isn't it?
Yeah, but I guess it's quickly going to swamping. So it's
I'm
like
just
day
sort of like,
one.
what do they mean by swamp in this
It's
instance?
like a new goblin mode. Like
yeah.
Zero
codependent goblin mode.
standards.
Zero stands right off the bat. Like
Yeah.
no pretension, no makeup, no going to, no putting shoes on.
Mm.
Fundamentally.
This is just
Sounds
being a
shite.
man, isn't
Yeah.
it? I feel like this is sort of.
Okay. Well, swamping is a trend. I guess
Yeah,
the girls are
okay.
doing it too.
I've been
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
since before it was cool.
They're catching up. This is one of those things where, like, it's like in the name of gender equality, women start doing something that men do, but they shouldn't. Men should just stop doing
Exactly.
it. Like
100%.
watching
Race
Formula
to the
One.
bottom.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
100%. 100%.
Isn't it great that women are getting into Formula One? No, it's
No.
bad.
Yeah.
No
Men
one
Men should be getting
into it.
out of it.
Yeah. 100%.
We should be dragging those gilet cunts back into the real world.
Next one is no habiting.
Not living together.
You're never gonna guess that is correct, but basically choosing not to move in, even if you're in a long-term relationship, that not being a goal for the two of you. Are we into
Interesting.
that?
I know people that do that and it
I
works.
think that there's a logic to that. I would say, like I think that that's good to have a bit of your own space.
Mm.
I've heard someone say, I can't remember who said this, but the key to a happy living, it would be separate bathrooms as well.
Ooh.
So,
Interesting.
you're gonna get a wee bit of privacy.
Keep out of my swamp.
Do you live with
Yeah.
your partner?
I do live with my partner, and we practice a practice called kiss and piss, where when the other person's pissing, you need to be kissing them while they piss. So that I don't
That's
understand.
the opposite.
I
of no
don't
habit.
understand the two bathrooms.
What do you do when you shit?
What are you like?
Sit on their lap. Bit of sit and shit. Yeah.
You guys never done a kiss and piss?
No, I've done that.
Yeah, of
Mm.
course you have.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm not a fan of the door
Close
even
the
being
door.
open. Nah, I
Close the
like to
door.
close the door.
You strike me as stand-up pissers.
Thank you very much.
It's the name of our new podcast.
Yeah, no, I like a man who takes a seat when he takes a piss. Well, because it's nicer, and you can't tell me that it's better to stand.
For me, it's the effort of sitting down and then getting back up again. It's the
Mm.
same reason. Like I remember, like my ex would always we'd be going up one stop on the tube, and she would sit down. So there's an empty seat, and I'm like, I can't be asked to sit down for one stop.
It's harder
Like,
to
what are
sit
you doing?
down than.
Yeah.
God,
You're the oldest 32-year-old that's ever lived. What is
I'm
this?
just thinking about efficiency. I'm like, that isn't net a rest. Sitting down for 45 seconds, you might as well stay standing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're expending more energy sitting down and getting back up again.
I'm with you on that.
Oh God, I'll never pass an opportunity to sit down. All right, next is fiscal attraction. What do we think that is?
It's a shit Channel 4 dating show. Mike Ashley's got the money piled up and the door raises and it's like, how rich are you?
Yeah, it's like Dragon's Den.
Well, this is maybe the opposite what Milo said, right? Because you're saying that this is something that women have started doing that
Yeah.
men have done for ages. Maybe is this more of a thing that men have started doing that traditionally was more like women would like a guy that's successful and got
A
money.
guy
but
who's
now,
seeking a sugar mama is what you're trying to say.
yeah, guys now if we're like, well, if women are financially stable and they've not got their shit together,
Yeah.
they're looking for someone. I mean, that is what I'm after.
Yeah, I was gonna say, welcome to my
Public
dating career.
call.
I mean, but yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. I
Oh,
wonder
you
if
love a
that's
sugar
it.
mama.
Is
Oh,
it like
yeah.
dating based on your sort of earnings bracket?
Yeah, and I love how they phrase it as seeking your match who is financially secure, and you find that attractive. I mean, that's gold digging. What do you mean
Yeah.
fiscal attraction?
Well, it's also attractive to be with someone who's got their shit together, though, right? Is that not just what it is?
I mean, I think you're over intellectualizing it.
It's funny though
Yeah.
because the bar is quite low. It's funny to be like gold digging someone who like works in IT.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
oh
the
yeah,
reality of
he's got a
it.
Barrett home on a mortgage.
Well, I'll say
yeah, I
you
could-
you have a unique situation with sugar mama because one time you had a sugar mama who wasn't your girlfriend; it was the mother of your girlfriend that was bankrolling your life, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
dream.
I was just tagging along on her mum's credit card. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
sounds
was
good.
That was funny one time. One time she did like nickel and dime me about my financial contributions. And I was like, but I make some financial contributions, whereas you make none. Your mother just pays for everything.
Yeah.
I earn some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think sometimes because of the nature of what we do and how unstable it is, for me at the moment, it's like I think like maybe some women see me as like not a viable prospect long term because it's a precarious business that I'm in. I'm more like sometimes I'm like a caretaker. boyfriend. So I come in, you know,
Give
I'm
it Jennings
often,
to the end of the season.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
Sam Allardyce or something. Like, you know, pick up the pieces. You know what I mean?
Eating
Like,
a bag of crisps in front of a house in Bolton.
yeah, stabilize it. But I know I'm not getting the job long term. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's sort of where I'm at.
I like using this pod as a springboard for your dating. It's a come and get me plea.
If only Mike
Yeah.
Ashley still on Newcastle
What,
United.
what,
did.
what are
yeah.
you bringing to the table
What do you mean?
in terms of a relationship?
In what sense?
They shouldn't be this hard. That's a problem.
Well, I mean, what does anyone bring to the
You've
table?
told me a lot about what you don't bring to the relationship, and that's
Money,
stability
that's
or
stability.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, I didn't know someone was fiscally fucking, you know, attracted or whatever. But, you know, I don't know. I just
You're a
like,
good guy.
I think I'm a good guy.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
can I say?
Yeah.
I've got an exciting job.
this is true.
Mhm.
Hollywood,
Yeah, and I like
glamour,
podcast
show
studio.
business.
Yeah,
That's
you've
it.
been on the Some Glue podcast.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the next? I read the first three. I don't know what the following ones are. Rejuvenating.
Rejuvenating. Is that sort of like a rebound? Like you're
Yeah.
This
Sounds
is
like
when
a
you
glow-up
cast away
rebound.
the blues and grow from past experience, so you can fully embrace the future of your dating journey. I don't know what any
I'm
of
not
that
quite
means.
sure what
Words
that
in it.
means.
Yeah.
See that, but again, what did they do? The cast away your what?
You cast away your blues. So yeah, I feel like it's a rebound. I feel like
Yeah,
this
It's
is
a
sort
rebound.
It's when you go out with the Wilson on the volleyball.
of. I'm not sure what that means. I laughed, but I don't
Because
know
it
what
was
that
like
means.
cast away. I don't know.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what? Sometimes they don't always land.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah. We'll
sure.
fix it in
Yeah.
post.
It sounds like
Yeah.
someone that's trying to feel better about their lives and they don't even believe it themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not rebounding. I'm rejuvenating.
I'm rejuvenating. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Not,
sounds like
yeah.
it would turn toxic quick.
Why?
That relationship.
it's
I love
not
it.
a walk of shame. It's a stride of pride. I'm just like,
Absolutely.
honey.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I love these articles because like there'll be like some sort of real ones in there, and then there'll be like, we need a few more. We're
we
gonna
need
have
to
to come
pad
up with
this out.
something. Yeah. Rejuvenating. fucking-
Thriftmatized?
Go on.
When you like to go on dates, but hit that sweet spot between being cheap and frugal. Hidden gems, loyalty cards, they're all our type on paper. So it's people who are cheap.
Mm.
Here's my question, right? How would you feel about if you went on a date with someone and they used a voucher?
Loved it. Would love it.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's sick.
I'd be scared to use a voucher on a date. I
Yeah,
think
me
I'd
too.
look cheap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can only have something off the set menu.
Yeah.
Have anything you want within this boundary.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you ever heard the phrase pre-theatre? Doesn't mean we're going to the theatre, darling. Get that out of your mind.
I once I went on I was meeting this girl about a couple of days where she was coming to a gig, and I was meeting her beforehand in Soho, and I turned up and I was really hungry, and I was like, I'm just gonna get a McDonald's and like eat it on the way to the gig. So she's like, wait with me at McDonald's. I'm like, do you want anything? And then she's like shaking her head. I'm like, come on, you can have anything you want. And I think she
Generous
couldn't really
king.
tell if I was serious or not.
You're bringing girls to ladies' night at the bar so they can drink for free.
It's a tricky one, I think. With the, I would always tend to go to a bar on a first date rather than a dinner, right? Because you know, like I would be fine paying for the dinner or whatever, but then sometimes it's like, you know, there's an awkwardness to
Yeah.
the who's
Also,
paying.
I'd rather not eat.
sometimes like 5 minutes in, you know that this isn't going to be a thing, so you don't want to be
Exactly.
stuck for a whole meal.
Prom cocktail's not even arrived yet.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for the
Mm.
reference right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some,
Previous
some,
show.
some 4-star
Yeah.
reviews.
Probably watch it online, I'm guessing. No,
Ooh.
yeah. I don't know.
A man having a bad time on a first date at a restaurant, and then the bill comes and just like pushing it across the table.
So, but I
I'm a
remember
feminist.
one of my mates
Yeah.
from school. I always remember like he went on a date with another girl from our school, and like he was always like, we always slagged him for being a bit cheap, and then
Okay,
like,
yeah.
he went on the date and he said, should we split the bill to her? And like they just like mercilessly slagged him for it, which I always thought
That feels harsh.
is a bit unfair. I
Yeah.
thought, you know,
Mm.
but
I
he should
don't-
have been, you know, should at least offered to have paid.
That whole discourse is so stupid to me. Just split everything. Split
Mm,
everything. What are you
yeah.
doing? What are you
Mm.
doing? Next one is loud dating.
Hmm.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The further we go, the less sense they make. There's
Mm.
only 3 after this, so this segment will end soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est loud dating?
Going clubbing together.
Hmm?
Going clubbing.
Oh, okay. So it's like you never actually hear the
Yeah,
sound of
shouting.
the voice or know anything about them.
Is that
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
Durham. What about
is that like the opposite? Because you know when they say, oh, you know, it's so terrible when you go to a restaurant and you see a couple sitting there and they don't talk to each other
Yeah.
and blah blah. Is it the opposite? Is it like they're on a first date and they're loudly showing everybody how much they've got to
Right,
talk
right,
about?
right,
and stuff?
right,
Is
right,
that,
right.
is
I
that what
like
it is?
that. It's cutting to the chase, being open and to the point with what you want, so you don't waste your time. So you come in, I'm like, I'm looking for a husband.
Right. I find that a bit much when people do that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Have
You want to
you
be
had that done
upfront.
to you?
and-
Yeah.
Well, not exactly that, but like
I think
there
this
needs to be
is-
some pretense and some.
Mm.
keep some mystery.
Courtship.
There's
Yeah, I
a
think
sweet
so.
spot, I think, because it's like what like on dating apps and stuff. If people are just like straight, they should be going on a date. I don't want to waste any time. And you're like, well, you want a wee bit of like
Can I
back and
say
forth.
hi
about-
first?
Exactly, buy
What
me a
happened to
drink.
hello? How are you?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
Because I think the
People are very-
opposite of that is when guys are like, "Hey, do you want to come over?" As their opening message. on
Yeah,
an app.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, "Who are you?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I might kill your family."
Do you want
It's
to
a
come over and watch
middle
Arctic Monkeys music videos?
Okay, well that's it's inspired by true events.
But then I guess the opposite of that is like to then be seeing someone for an extended period of time and never have a discussion about what people are looking for going forward. Not that I've ever experienced that, but I believe that's what they call a situationship these days. Is that right?
Ooh,
That's a
ooh.
proper word.
There you go.
yeah.
I'm surprised
Let
that's not on there. But
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
yeah.
2025, so I feel like
is that done? Is that
done.
the
situationship is a couple years old at this point.
Yeah.
That's a long situation.
All right, we got 3 last ones. Marmalading. Qu'est-ce que c'est marmalading?
Marmalading.
Ooh,
Is that when you
lady marmalade.
when you dress up as Paddington Bear
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sexual
Ooh,
reasons?
very
You
good.
going on holiday to Peru?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
draw a
do that.
picture of them holding the Queen's hand in heaven.
It's like
She
a form
is
of
the queen.
ghosting.
That's a form of ghosting.
Okay, this is the most insane definition I've ever read. When you literally put your other half before anything else, much like Britain's most beloved bear's love for marmalade. This is insane. Who wrote this? What AI
That's a
bot wrote
stretch.
this?
That is a stretch, and I
That's
do
crazy.
think this was written by AI. That is interesting, though. That thing about putting your partner before anything else, because does that include yourself?
Oh, and by the way, these are all UK dating.
That's such a great question. Does that include yourself?
Putting yourself.
I feel like yeah. Presumably.
So you're putting your partner before yourself.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's my theory about this. Right.
Let's go.
Because now they always say, right, I don't like the crass term so use. I think no, they
Yeah.
say don't put your partner on a pedestal or whatever. Right. I think what it should be is you put them on the podium. You just don't put them in first place. It's like you,
Oh, okay.
your career
Her.
or your kids or something.
Her, Max Verstappen.
Aye.
That's the-
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Her,
Yeah.
and then, you know what I mean? Formula One. You
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the reference.
yeah, yeah.
So
Everyone's
you're
like,
number one.
I would say
Number
so.
2 is your career.
Or maybe it is the partner or something, but you've got a podium. And I
Yeah.
think if you put the other person on first place above maybe your own stuff, then that's unhealthy.
You ladies
Hey, can
love
I
Formula
just
One.
ask-
Let me
Yeah.
explain it to you in terms of understanding.
Thank
There's
you.
champagne everywhere. It's like a,
Mark, thank you so much. And what authority do you have to speak on relationships? Just wondering.
This is just my own field experience.
you're completely-
they're in
No.
third on bronze. He's in one, and the
Because,
pod, our
what I
pod's
would
in
say
two.
that comes
Yeah.
from is because I think when I've had trouble in the past with heartbreak, shall we say,
Mhm.
is when I have put, what someone else thinks of me or whatever ahead of what I think and my own things. And I think sometimes you've got to be your person who you're being. I think that's true for everybody. And then, but if you've got them on the podium, it's a priority, but
Mm.
it's not, putting that ahead of maybe.
You gotta have your
yourself.
own needs first, right? Surely.
Yeah.
to
I
be
think
responsible.
it's
Yeah.
the put the
The
thing
mask
on your
on
first.
first.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
why I
sorry
always
if
tell-
that came off sassy. I'm sure that whatever relationships you were in were great.
That's why I always turn up to a date.
That is a lie.
Yeah. I always turn
sound
up to a date
convincing.
with a Pirelli baseball cap on and a wreath around my neck, just so people know where it's going to be.
Yeah. I think there's something to the podium.
Okay,
Mm.
I like that. Podiuming. The next.
Mm.
It's as valid as any of these.
Okay, are you
Yeah.
ready for this? Digital expression.
Like hard lunch in early.
No, it's the stage after a breakup when you are done grieving and turn to social media to share how you're healing to confidently get back out there on the dating scene.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Oh,
a
we've
real
seen
thing.
this.
There's a certain obviousness sometimes to when someone has been in a relationship for a while and then they start posting
Yeah.
a certain way, which suggests that they're single. Often, various photos of them out, no
Wha-
partner.
Yeah, when you start seeing pictures of my half naked ass, you know I'm recently single.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's so for the listeners, that's how you can tell.
That's how you can tell. But I feel sometimes I will post a selfie, and that is people who don't know me very
Yeah.
well are like, "You're single, aren't you?"
Sometimes,
Like, yeah.
sometimes there's a hair color change.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah.
most of the time it's a very, very toxic hair color. Okay, you ready for the last one? Fine whining. Okay, I do like this one.
Okay.
I
Well,
think this is something that Milo really likes.
Oh, that's interesting.
aging.
Aging.
Is that
Aging like a fine wine.
Based off of the name.
It's proactively finding people who to date who are older than you and who've aged just like a fine wine. You love to find wine.
We used to call it MILF hunting in my day.
Yeah.
Sort of rebrand.
It's true.
Is that referring to your girlfriend's
Woke
mum
has
again?
got into I was not fine whining my girlfriend's mum, no. But yeah, look, we all love a MILF from time to time.
What is this smoke?
It's like a room freshener thing.
Oh, okay. I was just like, shit. Are we on fire? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. All of these were quite underwhelming. I'm gonna just go through. Oh, there's only 3 U.S. dating trends.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
we just did the UK. There's the US.
See
There's
what they're up
freak
to.
matching, yap trapping, and grim keeping.
I'm surprised one of them-
Keeping.
I'm surprised one of them doesn't involve marrying someone because they've got access to universal health
Ayo!
care. There you go.
Come
Come on.
on!
There we
That's
go.
satire, eh? We're on
Yeah.
Trash Future now. No.
Radio 4, are you watching? Yeah.
Come and get me, please.
Wait, so yeah, what was the first
So
one?
freak matching is connecting with someone over shared quirks, eccentricities, unique interests, or general weirdness.
I've heard of that one.
Sexcentricities. They're coining words left, right, and centre. They can't get through explaining what one thing means.
I'm going to
without
be
throwing
completely
in a
honest
new
with you.
one.
It says quirks, eccentricities, and you heard
There you
sexcentricities.
go. Well, it's like
It's-
people trauma bond, innit? So it's like it's almost like freak bonding. We bond over how.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, I need someone to match my freak, it's always the most boring person you've ever met.
100%. It'll be a person who's like, I like to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
Same.
I actually like the Marvel movies.
What happened to me with the sexcentricities thing, I've just realised was I saw a play yesterday by this Filipino guy, and he was talking about how Filipinos can't say S's at the end of words. So he's like, they love James Bond in the Philippines, but what they hear is the name Spond. James Spond.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way every Scottish act has got a bit about how
Who can be a good cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not every Scottish.
We've got it on. Well, not every Scottish act's a good cunt.
Oh, God. What's yap trapping?
Yeah.
I don't think Glue Factory works as a structured podcast. Now that I'm
Yeah, is yap trapping where you trap someone by just
Yapping at them.
yapping up the time?
We're not here to call out the yappers. We're referring to when someone only talks about themselves
That
and
is
doesn't
mad.
make effort to balance to give and take conversation.
Yeah, I was seeing someone ages ago, and I thought that they were a bit sort of curiously uninterested in my life or anything that I do, and we talk about themselves a lot. And then we had a mutual friend, and they told me that. Oh no! Sorry, they told someone I know. Oh yeah, they're a bit selfish. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, it's not just me that thinks that. And so, see, when you get a wee bit of inside info for like an outside source,
Yeah.
it confirms your own things. That's it makes you go, all right, I'm not just crazy and being too thingy about it. It's like actually
I'm
it's an
exonerated.
issue. Yeah.
So you were yap trapped.
I guess so.
You're a
yeah.
yap trap survivor.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Here to tell the tale.
Yeah, to tell my story. I just want to,
I've just done 3 podcasts on the bounce, so you're not that yap trap.
I'm trying to raise awareness for the yap trap guys out there.
I've had the opposite thing where I've been on dates and I'm trying to get them to talk, but they kind of won't say anything. Like you're
loads
asking
of
questions, and then you're getting quite like, and then so stand-up comedian. I end up just kind of like I just fill the time. I'm like, I'll run the light. I don't care. I can do this.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you're like, well, I mean, obviously that's not happening again. And then you get a text from them being like, that was great. When are we hanging out
That's
again?
mental when that happens.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, because you never say anything, but normally there's not a professional stand-up comedian there who can talk for an hour.
Like, we don't have chemistry. I'm interested.
I've just done a corporate.
But that does happen as well sometimes, even within that scenario, and you're doing your best. Often there will still be wee gaps and awkward silences, and you're like, God, this is painful. And then you do get that text like, oh, I had a great time, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, they must just live their entire life like that.
100%.
Not
With
listening.
those gaps all the time.
Living your life like a Pinter play. Everyone you're sat at the restaurant, just everyone's sort of like gazing around at a drip and then back at the floor.
Yeah, I do wonder. It's like, I guess they've never known joy. They've never known the joy of being sort of in the pocket of a riff on a podcast. And we've lived that.
Yeah.
Maybe not today, but so what's grim keeping, everybody?
Grim keeping.
Oh God, I hate this one. It's bonding with someone over your darker side or shared dislikes.
It's trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just, being in a relationship where you just basically hate on other people all the time and
Yeah.
love them,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is
Names
prob-
Bond, trauma bonds.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I.
say in the Philippines.
Yeah. That's what I call a relationship.
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of people. I mean,
Bonding over hating other people and things.
Yeah.
Shared trauma.
Yeah, that's
great
pretty normal.
stuff. Yeah.
I'd say.
yeah, I don't like this. Having to define every single wee facet of a thing, because a lot of these
Yeah.
are just aspects of a relationship
Well,
or whatever.
Interesting that you say that. Okay, so my 2 very close female friends have been in the trenches of the dating apps for a very long time. And they went through the whole thing of like, I think a couple years ago it was Bumble, then it was Hinge, then after Hinge it was Field. And when we're going to Field, we're literally going into like acronyms, categories, very specific
Field
things.
is really confusing.
Yeah,
if
where
you're
you're like,
not
you walk,
It's
there's
sort of like freebase Hinge, you're really into the hard stuff. You're in an
Yeah,
alleyway, you're stuffing it into a pipe and holding a lighter under
the
it.
people on Field are like, this is the only thing I want to do. What we're doing, like you're coming into a completely dark room, you're leaving I don't know, defrosted turkey, and you're
You probably are coming
Whatever.
in there really don't know.
Yeah.
So then they were like, this is impossible. This is completely unsustainable. And then they both went on Tinder. And now within a month, both of them have boyfriends.
Wow.
Because we're going back to basics.
Yeah.
This whole thing of like, yeah, exactly what you're saying. Like those specific things, naming completely normal things, whatever, grim keeping or whatever the fuck. We're sort of pathologizing normalcy.
Tinder's like, like Jane Austen character having a walk around around the grounds.
Well, the honest answer for me is that I've actually not been on the apps in like 3 or 4 years now, and so like, see, Field has came up when I've been off them, so it's like
Right.
to me it's scary sounding, to be honest.
It
I'm
is.
a bit like fuck, and I'd probably just mind a Hinge or something like that. I think I'd just go back to a normal one, but that doesn't surprise
Tinder's
me.
on fire right now.
Is it? Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
Is it?
I was on.
I'm telling you, all the normals are on Tinder.
Wow.
They've left the sex nerds on Field.
There's something so Bulgarian about being on Tinder. Like, that when you just go to like Eastern Europe and everything's like 15 years behind.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, man, I love Tinder. I'm meeting women on Tinder, and you're like, what? And
But
like, it's
fundamentally, it's
2014.
just a photo and a name and an age, and that's all I need
It's the
to know
same
about
shit
you.
in it.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Because no matter how clever
like
your
you're a
answers,
hired assassin.
but if you there's like
Your photo, name, age, and how far away they are. I'm triangulating.
well, because on Hinge they have all these questions, and then if the answers are too clever, I'm like, oh, you have no interest in leaving this app because you've worked so hard on this profile.
Yeah.
There's no way you're abandoning this.
I was always just like so self-conscious about getting screenshotted and shared in a group chat that I was like,
Oh, because
just
you're so
have-
famous
it's
and well
damn-
known.
no,
Yeah.
it's
more just like-
sorry,
it was just like,
In
well,
the
I
local
don't want-
dating scene, yeah.
Coming for him today.
I mean, I don't want to be like, well, it was more like,
that was so cruel. I'm
No,
so
no,
sorry.
no,
You are
that's fine.
famous and you are well known.
well,
Extra shows added.
It was more like I was always worried that like, seeing folk from my school, like folk from my
Right,
school
right,
or
right,
that
right,
were
right.
in uni where something would see it, and then because Glasgow is quite a small
Yeah.
city, and like, and then you're just like, you don't want it in too cringe. that
Damage
then you whatever.
limitation,
But
innit?
then I did say that once to someone. I was like, I don't want to be like screenshotted and shared in a group chat, and they're like, too late.
Too late, buddy.
I don't know.
But also, it's like, is it that embarrassing? Oh, look who I saw on an app. A single
Yeah, it
person that
shouldn't
I
be.
know.
What do you think of this, right? So you know how you get these. So in Scotland is one of these, and it's like, am I dating the same guy? You get these Facebook pages that are meant to be like for safety for women,
Right,
basically, right?
right.
Which is fine, and I think it's a good thing that exists. But I'm not on the apps, right? And a year or two ago, I was seeing somebody. I just met somebody like once or twice, and I met her pals and that, and then we just stopped talking. And then I'm sure it was one of her pals put a picture of me up on these things, right? And it's like, I think fishing to be like, oh, just to get somebody saying something bad about me. But a few people were like, is that not Marc Jennings, that comedian? Right? And then people were like, oh, I know Mark and he's really nice. And there was a few comments that get took down, thank fuck. But I'm like,
It's like
Jesus.
trust
I
pilot.
was just about like, if I'm not on
Some
it,
laugh fans in the comments.
but I'm like, I don't think that if I'm not even on the fucking apps, people like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're like direct line. You won't find Marc Jennings on price comparison websites. you gotta get out there and meet him
Direct to the Instagram DMs if you want a quote.
for your best
So
price.
funny.
You gotta go direct.
Okay, speaking of Are We Dating the Same Guy? This is my favorite Are We Dating the Same Guy post. I'm sure some
Alright.
of you have seen it. It is fucking incredible.
Now we're cooking. The dating terms was warm
Here we
up.
go.
We're here. We're in
I'm
the
so
room.
sorry, but Are We Dating the Same Guy? Been talking to him for a while. He's in an Offspring cover band. Is he in anyone else's inbox?
Oh wow!
That's great.
What's that coming out of his right sunglass lens? Or is it just this far away and I can't see?
No, I think it's just the background of it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love this post.
I'd love if the replies were just, nah, I think that's just you this day.
I think you're safe, hon.
What a face! Incredible.
Wow.
It really is a face made to be in an Offspring cover band.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I would say he's pretty fly for a white guy.
Can't believe that was sitting there the whole time.
Yeah. I saw a show when I was in Melbourne. Ben Sell, shouts out Ben Sell, and his whole show was about being into like punk rock and like going to all these crazy punk rock festivals when he was young and stuff. And then he was saying that he was like talking about, he was asking the crowd like, "What's the first album you ever bought?" And then he goes, "First album I ever bought was this," and he like plays a bit of the Offspring, and he's like, "Yeah, that's actually a lie. Like I always went around telling people the first album I bought was the Offspring," and he's like, "But actually the first album I ever bought was Fantasy by Mariah Carey," and he's like, "And in retrospect, that's much less embarrassing."
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's an excellent song as well, Fantasy by Mariah Carey.
I don't know that one.
It's a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. When I close my eyes, 4 minutes later, you come back and say, and then
Yeah.
it samples "I'm in Heaven with My Boyfriend" from the Talking Heads.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very. I think you would know it if you heard it. It's pretty famous.
In heaven with my boyfriend.
I don't know that
my
one.
loving boy. No, but that's the bridge of Fantasy. But
Right.
that she sampled a Talking Heads.
Being in
song.
heaven with my boyfriend should be on that list as well.
Yeah, when you do a
The
murder
Queen with
suicide.
No, it's heaven the gay club because my boyfriend's bisexual.
Got you.
Nice.
There you go.
Taking him to heaven like it's a soft play area.
I thought people would
Be
laugh,
like,
but
I'm
instead
gonna
people
be
were like,
sat
"Oh,
at the bar.
interesting."
You go off and enjoy yourself. You got 45 minutes. All right. Have you got a latte?
Took on the ball pit is filthy.
God, yeah, the ball pit would be. Well, it's like your story about Phil going on the sex cruise.
I don't know if Phil went on a sex cruise.
I thought you told me that.
Someone went on a sex cruise.
Which Phil are we
I thought
talking
it was
about, yeah?
Phil.
I
and-
think Ruben K described the described the jacuzzi at a gay sex cruise as congee or rice pudding.
Fucking
A
Yeah.
risotto?
Yes, yeah,
Is
all
this
applicable.
any of this?
I know these
Registering?
foodstuffs, yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I just think that's all fine. I just want to say all of that sounds fine to me.
Well, I just the thing about like the kind of like the sort of I guess like the gross out end of gay sex stuff is I'm just like, God, they're brave boys.
Mm.
That's kind of my reaction to it. I'm not like it's gross. I'm just like, wow, they really do love to.
We
fuck.
will
I
be
sort
alright
of-
if there's another war. We've got a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
brave men out there.
Yeah.
They are in the
yeah.
trenches.
well, I mean, if there's one thing we know about World War I trenches, there are a lot of gay men in them. They've been defending this country for a long time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Alan Turing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was World War II, wasn't it? But anyway, it doesn't
Oh
matter.
well.
yeah,
Okay, it's the same.
You know, it's fine. Yeah.
Are you boys actively dating at the minute? What's going on if we're chatting about dating?
I'm actually not. I think I'm too depressed.
Mm.
You know still weird bird?
No, we
That's
broke
actually
up.
hearing about that, is it?
Yeah, but it's I'm having like I've been like not.
Sorry, what was her name again?
Honestly, you joke, but like we're still in touch. We're on like pretty good terms, and like she has told me about like a couple of comedians that like I've only met her through me who have like
Yikes.
DM'd.
Wait, can you please tell me who they are? You can bleep this
The
out,
traitors.
please. Yeah, let's bleep these out. I need
I
to
don't
know.
think you would know any of them.
Have any of her lawyer friends messaged you?
No, but I don't think I met any lawyer friends of
He's
hers.
the guy who plead the fifth on that one. Actually.
Yay!
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, mad to be like, oh, this woman that I met through another comedian who I still work with. I'm gonna be like
Yeah.
in the DMs.
Mm.
But it's an incestual industry to an extent,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because it's like, and I've said this before, right? But like, you know, comics often sort of like they always go, oh, you know, never date another comic kind of thing, which I understand, right? And there's an aspect of
This is definitely the it's okay to date other comics couch.
Yeah, there's a
I don't know what the
split
fuck,
that-
you're
This
talking
is
about.
not that couch.
but do you know what I mean? But I think people protest too much, and also, and I get there's an aspect of don't shit what you eat, but also I think it boils down to it's like, well, you know, if you've got such a low opinion of comics, well, what do you think about yourself? Do you know what I mean? Because if you're a comic, and I think it's the low self-esteem having and protesting too much. Maybe they've just been hurt. I don't know, but all I'm saying is,
Interesting.
I think I
You're
don't know.
right.
You know what I mean?
But also, I
Yes.
think it's like people's concern for gossip and people's concern for like ending up in a material and,
And
what,
maybe
if, what
they're-
if they write a show about me, all that stuff.
It
That's
very
true.
rarely ends well. Or, of course,
Mm.
the most brutal thing is, you know, you break up and one writes a show about the other and the other one writes a show about something else entirely.
Oh yeah.
That's the most brutal.
Mm.
There's no greater slam.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
fiscally dating next time, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it, just go for that.
You got to do it. But yeah, no, I don't know. It just feels like inviting drama into your life. Sorry, Stu.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
I'm sure it's not in your case.
no, it's all going very well.
Because then
thank you.
people go, oh, well, you can't date other comedians. And, I don't date people that, come to my shows. And then you're like, well, who the fuck are you ever going to meet?
Yeah.
About your entire life is fucking gigging.
If you've not got a hot postman, you're fucked.
Mark's at the door of the show. Like,
it's okay to fuck fans.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we're getting at.
It's cash card or phone number in the bucket. Those are your options
Well, that's
on the way
to
out.
be honest, like, every comic's like, oh, who have you got in today? Talk about reviews. I've just like potential, people who date after.
Yeah, I think it's also one of those things with like, because again, I don't really, I think I'm not like a very approachable comedian, so I don't like, I don't often, I don't know, people don't often like come up to me or whatever. But
he's more scared of you than you are of him.
one Melbourne, I just constantly had women coming up to me after the show. I think this was partly due to it being Australia, which is a less socially repressed country, but also, eventually someone was like, "You just mentioned that you're single during the show as like part of a joke," and I'm like, "Oh, it's literally like if you suggest an amount in the bucket, that's what they'll put in. That also works for women coming up to you after the show. If you're like, I am single, by the way, that's like the secret signal."
100%. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Before I got into comedy, every single time I would see a gorgeous, by my standards, stand-up comedian come out and be like, "I'm so single, no one wants to date me." I'd believe those fuckers. I'd be like, "I will." Now I obviously know it's a fucking move, Marc Jennings, but
I don't see no one wants to date me. I say I'm single.
so
and
yeah, I'm single. Okay, by choice. Because you're a dog, not you, but I'm this hypothetical stand-up comedian I'm talking about. I used to do it too. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, but then the thing is, if you've got a certain part of your act that is just about being single, you need to say it at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if then you end up having sex with gorgeous women with large breasts, I mean, I guess that's the price you have to pay.
Listen, we've all got our burdens to carry in this life. Right?
And she's got two.
We've all been to the Italian women's prison. Of,
I just wanted to see the ladies. Why always me?
Yeah.
Marc Jennings, I cannot change you.
Maybe she's physically dating. I have 10 grand in my pocket,
Just go out there tonight. Don't fuck any of the audience members after the show. I can't promise.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, no.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a big thing now. People want to go analog with their dating life, and the trouble is with that, does it really work anymore?
Did you meet your ex on an app?
Yeah, we met on Raya.
No fucking
Wow.
way.
Yeah, which is kind of the best.
How did she
one.
get on Raya? No offense.
Well, because she works in media.
Oh, okay, so it's
But
anyone
also,
media.
Raya is just like men who have some tenuous claim to being famous and women who are good looking. There's not really like a.
Right.
If you're an attractive woman, they're not going to be like, "You're not allowed on the app." For
Fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What is the criteria? What was it meant to be?
Is it, well, basically now, like anyone can get on it. Really, you just have to be referred.
It's also
or you-
very expensive. I
or
think
you
it's
have to
something like
apply.
15 quid a month or
Yeah,
something.
it
like
But
is.
then Tinder
It
and
wasn't
all
that
that are
expensive
quite.
then.
They like the last time I was on it, it was like you get a few swipes and then it's like you've ran out. Like I think that was the thing over the years. They let you have less and less swipes
Right.
for free, and they were encouraging people.
And
to
they were
sign
giving
up
you Uggos for free,
to the
probably.
Yeah, probably. That's
They always left the hot
Yeah,
one to the
yeah.
last one that you swipe
yeah,
out of. You know?
and then you can't swipe on it.
Yeah.
Well, it was like when
That's
you go
good.
when you go to a new city for the first time, they always show you like a few belters straight away. But they never match you.
Sort of like the
Yeah.
club opener.
Yeah.
Prague.
So,
When the wheels are on the tarmac, everyone's putting the thing in.
Who's this inactive profile?
Yes, exactly.
Who was the most famous person you saw on Raya?
This is so random. Edie Falco.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nurse Jackie?
Yeah. Carmela Soprano.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Did you swipe right?
Obviously.
Yeah, that's a fine wine.
The anecdote
That's
right
fine
there.
whining. That
Mm.
is a textbook fine whining.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got to do it. I did not get a response from Edie Falco. Won't surprise you to learn.
Oh man.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's missing.
Yeah, the one was my previous girlfriend. I met not on Raya, but we were both on Raya at the time, and this led to like us discussing it a bit. And then she was like, "Well, I wonder what happens if I put like comedians into the Raya search, because you can like search for people like by like
Sure.
profession or whatever."
interesting.
And then it just kept trying to give her Matt Lucas. And she's like, a man who's definitely gay for a
famous
kickoff.
Wow.
Yeah.
But do you remember way back when everybody was on OK Cupid? I want to say like 15 years
Oh
ago.
wow, yeah, that was before my
That
day.
feels very American. I don't think people were on it as
I was
much over
definitely
here.
on OK Cupid.
No.
I feel like
Okay.
Britain was more Plenty of Fish. That was more like the kind of
Yeah.
Plenty of Fish. That's a much more Scottish.
Plenty of Fish. I thought it was a chip shop. I was
But in OkCupid, you could search for specific terms in the profile. And I remember, I think I have her permission to tell the story. Put in the words improv and then found a guy. And then that's how
No.
she got into an improv team.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
That's how
wow.
you do it. Yes, and.
Yes,
exactly.
and. Yeah,
It
there
was
you go.
Downton
That's the new
Abbey.
dating trend. Yes, and.
Downton Abbey improv. Yeah, that's
It's-
how it's a
It's
link.
funny
to
that you mentioned the chip shop. This is just recalled to me. It's sort of tangentially related. My sister, my dad, my sister, she won't mind me saying this, is a bit of an Essex girl. And my dad used to send her down to get the fish and chips, partly because he couldn't be asked to go, but also partly because we would always get free shit because she would flirt so outrageously with the geezers in the chip shop.
All right.
I remember one time walking in there with her, and I was probably about 10, so she was probably about 24. We walk in there, and she walks up to the counter, and they're like, "All right, Eleanor, how you doing?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Do you want a gherkin?" She goes, "Yeah, give me your biggest wally."
Oh!
And then the
Oh,
guy, without missing a beat, turns around and goes, "George!" Beautiful back and forth patter. I was like, "This is great." Masters of the game at work.
Oh, that's good.
I once had the most random meeting like with somebody ever, and it was at the Edinburgh Fringe. This was years ago now, but it was actually that Sainsbury's went around the Sainsbury's local in the corner, and
Iconic Fringe location.
I was like, I must have finished my show, and I was literally just like going to buy. I was going to buy like fucking donuts or something like that. I was like just on my own, and I was just looking at the counter, and there's this girl just next to me, and then I can't even remember how we started getting chatting, and then I think we bought the donuts together or something, and then we bought a bottle of wine, and we sat in the meadows and drank it, and then went back to hers. She loved right next to the meadows.
That's
and
what you want.
it was-
That's
yeah.
so
It
hot.
It was crazy. It was fucking nuts.
That is so hot.
yeah, it was mad,
Fuck,
wasn't it?
that's
Talk
hot.
about fine whining.
Sorry, that's
Yeah.
hot.
I know exactly.
That's hot.
But I
How
was
did
like,
you get
could-
chatting?
I can't even remember. I think we were both looking at the sort of the what do you call
It's
it?
an
The-
actual meet cute, that. I'd say.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
really.
fucking hot.
You could never, and every day I go to that Sainsbury's, never.
The same exact thing. Oh yeah.
Did you do like a pairing with the donuts? You know, were you like,
Yeah,
I
just
think-
jam shed wine
I
with
think
it.
it
Yeah.
might have been the year that me and Steve were doing that show where we had to
you
get
were giving
donuts for
them
the
away.
show every day or something.
I see.
And then, but I was just buying them, and then it was like, and then there's sort of shameful moment of like, I shouldn't even be eating these, but I'll get it. And then I just got chatting to her. I guess maybe she followed me in there. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it was just like the most random night ever.
That's so hot.
And it was quite cool.
I loved it.
there we
love
go.
it.
I don't think I've got anything that good.
I once went to a bar with a guy and he went to the bathroom and another guy at the bar asked me for my number as the guy was in the bathroom and I've never felt so attractive in my whole entire life. And I fucked both of them. Not at the same time. Not at the same time. Maybe one day.
I was in a bar once on a date,
Okay, Mark, we're going head to head. Let's go.
Yeah.
and there was this like really like hot looking lassie there on like a fancy dress, like a really dolled up. They'd been at some awards or something, and she was with some guy who knew me. I think I'd maybe met him once or twice before. So when I was in the bathroom, he said to me, "Oh mate, my pal really fancies you." I was like, "Oh, like whatever." I can't remember what I said, but I was on a date anyway. But then it was kind of like the girl I was with was nice, but I was just like we were just, that was it. And then so we're like, I think I'm just going to go home. So she got a taxi, and I just stayed, and I just ended up taking back the other guy.
No! So you didn't go on a date that night, just not
Incredible.
with her.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark. Okay.
That is-
So that was
That is
your
pretty
move.
good.
Olga.
I must have told you this story before, but
That is sick. That is sick.
I don't know if I told
I
it.
feel bad about that after actually, but we got
I think it's okay.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told this on the pod before. I've definitely told it to you. It was that same time at that Melbourne where women kept asking me out because I mentioned I was singing in the show. But actually, the show was like about old stuff, and I did have a girlfriend at the time, so I'm like declining all of these propositions. But anyway, so then one night, these two girls, they like knew one of the other comics who was like in the bar, so they were kind of like sticking around for a drink, and they were like, "Oh, we really like the show, whatever." And then like towards the end of the night, they like come up to me a bit sheepish, these two girls, and they propositioned me for a threesome. And I obviously said no. And then I quickly realised what a funny situation it was, because two women who are friends who've decided to proposition you for a threesome, it has not even figured in their accounting that you might say no. That is not an outcome that they've even considered. They've had a long debate about whether they're going to ask it. Are we going to do this? And then when I said no, it was like they crashed. Like they didn't know what to do at that point. And it was sort of an awkward situation for me as well, because I was like, I'm like, I appreciate, like, this is fucked. Like this is like the 1% time when someone says no. Like you're really in a.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a funnier story than it was.
No,
It just feels like I'm bragging.
Did any of it occur to you to ask your girlfriend if she would like to be involved in it? You could just do 4.
No, she wasn't there. And
I don't think Milo could handle 3
No.
women at the
One
same
of them
time.
was a bit
Come
moving
on now.
parts.
like a one-man band.
Yeah.
Going to yeah.
That's interesting.
So
that's
that was
crossed
really
your
killed the
mind
mood.
What's that?
to have a foursome.
Well, no, just because if I was in that scenario,
Is that what you would do?
I would. That would cross my mind.
It starts getting a bit logistically challenging, I think, a foursome.
Yeah.
I think a threesome is a fantasy, but a foursome is a nightmare.
Four's
That old
admin,
phrase.
innit?
I mean, I've
You
been
know what
I've been
they say.
talking about this in my show anyway, so I'll tell you because I did have a threesome last year for the first time ever, and there is some aspects that live up to the fantasy.
On the Sun Laugh
remember-
Patreon.
That was it.
I remember meeting you in the street the day after with a
Right,
Cheshire cat
right.
smile on your face.
Right, we need to. Can we?
Wait, are we-
Can we bleep this out? Because we can't say
This
this on
is
the
so
pod.
good,
But I'll
though.
tell
Yeah,
you
yeah.
is- So I hadn't seen Stu in about 2 days, and I hadn't told him about this. And when I seen him on the street, I says, "I need to tell you something." He says, "I had a threesome with."
The one, with
Her and the unknown.
he had a threesome with he had a threesome with a meme, basically.
Mark had a
It's like
threesome with
the
the
ones that
girl.
are
looking
looking
Who
like-
cares who has a threesome? We've all had a threesome, but not like this, my man.
Thank you.
Did you make her
Incredible.
wear the wig?
The annoying thing is she was really the only one, so I can't. I would see there was like 3 of them. I could tell this story, but
Like,
because
that's the
the face
funniest
of
thing
it.
I've
Yeah,
ever
so
heard in
good.
my entire
Like,
fucking
see
life.
Imagine
when-
hearing it in the street the day after.
see when it was happening, I went to the bathroom at one point and I looked myself in the mirror and I just busted laughing, thinking about telling you.
Oh, it's so good.
It was.
That's
I've
really
never
good.
told anyone that. It's like the most I've ever wanted to tell folk.
Yeah,
anything.
no.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
funny.
The thing about that was, in my experience, was there's some aspects that lived up to the fantasy of a threesome, and some aspects you're like, oh, the reality is different. And the main one being the first, before it happened, one of them spilled wine on the carpet, and the other girl whose flat it was had to go and clean it up. And I was like, yeah, don't say this on like Pornhub much, do you?
Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
the other thing
niche
was
section.
this is what happened at one point, because obviously like, I was having to kind of try and put my attention into both
Yeah.
of them, but I was more into one. And then
Can I ask if it was
no,
That was the other
It-
one.
so the girl that I was not paying as much attention to was getting annoyed, and I was thinking, oh, I guess I better start paying attention to her. But then she turns to the other girl and goes, "Did you shag Gav?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck is Gav?" I'm like, "There's enough people in this bed as already. Let's not
Wait,
get
why are you bringing up Gav?
So there was a whole backstory. So she was already jealous of her because she thought that she slept with some other guy that she liked.
Okay, can we rewind and ask what the relationship between the two of them is? What is your relationship with the two of them, and how you ended up in the same bed?
They were friends.
Where?
Kate, basically it's the exact same story as Milo, except for I didn't have a girlfriend.
Okay, so they approached you after a
They didn't
gig.
even finish the
much, yeah.
question before he said
And
yes.
it wasn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I sort of
So
was,
I buy this ticket on Groupon,
I
right?
didn't know. I obviously didn't think it was going to happen going in, but I was just like, well, we're all having a drink. It seems everyone's single, and then it was like it took a bit of convincing of one of them to the other. So it was like
You were not involved in
I
convincing
wasn't
anyone.
really convincing, and then they went into the kitchen, and because one of them was going to leave because like, oh, I think you're into her, and then they went in and had a chat, and then they came back in for the kitchen and just both took off their tops, and I was like, this is crazy.
That's crazy.
It was nice. It was
That's
a great
Well,
night.
wait,
So
yeah,
there
it
you go.
said why always me underneath. Blue Factory! I'm out with this girl. I think we'd met at like 8 and it closed at 9, or we'd met at 9 and it closed at 10 or something like that. And so then we'd had like one drink, and then she's like, "Do you want to just get a bottle of wine and come back to mine?" So I'm like, "Okay, sure." Go back to hers. we have sex, all good, whatever. We'd had this. In the course of this, she says to me, I don't normally date muscly guys. And I'm like, can you write that down for me, please?